Most traders decide how many shares to buy based on how the setup looks. That's also why most traders blow up their account. I built a tool that removes that decision entirely, and I'm going to show you how to use it. Risk management is one of the most important things in trading. You can have the perfect setup, the perfect mindset, but you'll lose if you don't have the right risk management. Your strategy decides if you make money. Your risk management decides if you survive long enough to let your account compound its growth over time. And what I'm going to show you is not no bullshit either. It's really something I use on a daily basis before every single trade. Most traders actually think about potential profits first, but that's not the right thing to do. The only two numbers that matter before entering a trade are where you're wrong and how much you're gonna lose if that's the case. And everything else, so position size, share count, stop loss width, is just mathematics that flows from these first two numbers. So in reality, you don't decide how much you're willing to buy. You decide how much you're losing, and the math decides everything else. Most traders place their stop loss based on how much you're willing to risk, but that's also not what you should do. So depending on the strategy, your stop loss should always go where the trade is getting invalidated. So whether that's below the breakout zone, the key support level, or the structure. So here's a trade I took about 2 weeks ago. I'm still in this position up over 30%, and I'm going to show you exactly how I size my position and where I put my stop loss. So first, I'm a breakout momentum swing trader, which means I entered on the breakout day, which is this one right here. If you want more details about these examples, I have an hour-long strategy video that is breaking down step by step exactly how I trade. The link's going to be in the description, but for today, we're only going to focus on the risk and on the stop loss. So that is the daily breakout day, but to calculate our entry, position sizing, and stop loss, we're going to go intraday. As for intraday, I either go on the 1 minute or 5 minute candle chart. For this example, I believe it was the 5 minute candle chart. So this right here is our full breakout day, which is exactly the day I entered the position. As for my strategy, it is really simple, but my stop loss is always at the low of the day when I enter the position, no matter what. And just to give you some context, my entry is at the first candle high, whether it's the 1 minute or 5 minute, in that case, the 5 minute. So for drawing this, my entry would have been right here, and my stop loss would have been right here. So now that I know where my entry and where my stop loss is, the math is going to do the rest for me. But for that to happen, we need to have one specific tool, which is a risk management calculator. You enter your account size, your risk percentage, your entry price, your stop loss price, and if you're trading options, you can also do the exact same thing. Here at the bottom is going to tell you exactly how many shares or options you can buy given your entry and stop loss price based on your account size and your risk percentage. Let's say you have a $10,000 account, you're risking 1% on that given trade. If we're plugging in our entry and stop loss price, which is entry at 14.42 and stop loss at 13.36. So 14.42 and 13.36. Given a $10,000 account size, you can buy 94 shares to respect that 1% or $100 risk on your account. So yes, you're risking $100, but you're also putting way more than $100 into that position. In that case, you're putting $1,355 into that position to risk that 1% or $100. And what's that mean is that for every percent that your position go up, you make a percent on that position size, not on your risk size. And it also means that depending on your positions, you have a different entry and stop loss size. Your position size overall will always differ, but your risk will always be the same given the same percentage and same account size. You should always calculate your position size before entering a trade, and actually you should always calculate your position size before the trade even confirms your entry. I'm saying this because if you wait for the confirmation to type in your numbers and looking at the amount of shares you can buy, well, by the time it's done, there's a high chance your entry point will be at a different price. Therefore, either your risk will not be precise or you'll have to recalculate your entry price. So if you're doing it in advance, you'll be ready as soon as the trade confirms. And if it doesn't confirm, you just don't lose anything. As for the account size, it is based on the full account size, not on the cash available. And I try to be as precise as possible, which means that if today it is $10,000 and tomorrow it is $10,025, I will write $10,025. That also allows your account to compound its growth over time, because if you're risking 1% of $10,000 and then after you're risking 1% of $10,100, you can buy one more share. And it might not seem like much, but trust me, over time, it makes a huge difference on your account growth. For the options price, it really is simple. You look up the price of the contract that you want to buy and you just type it in. Again, put your risk percentage and account size and it'll calculate the exact same thing for you. Just remember that it is times 100. So if your contract price is 37, like 0.37, it is actually $37. You can buy 3 to respect that, 1% risk on $10,100. And that also takes into account that every dollar you put into an options contract is a dollar that you're putting at risk. Last thing to cover here is risk percentage. I personally use 1% as a maximum, and I adjust it based on the setup or market conditions. This is also covered in my full strategy video. Now, this is my personal risk management calculator. It's available in my Discord, link will be in the description. But in reality, you can use every single one. There's literally thousands of them available on the internet. And trust me, none of this is complicated. As soon as you put your hands on this and start practicing a bit, it literally will be one of the simplest things you'll add to your trading routine. And the reason most traders don't use these position sizing calculator is not because they don't know it exists. It is because sizing emotionally feels way more exciting, but trust me, you don't want to be that trader. The goal in trading is to maximize your upside while minimizing your downside, and these position sizing calculators are built exactly for that. That being said, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know in comments. I'll be extremely happy to help you out. Every important link, so Discord for the risk management calculator and strategy video, will be in the description. But that being said, I wish you guys a great day, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.